and welcome back to Hermitcraft ModSauce. Alright, I'll tell you what, it's been a couple of days, been having some issues to deal with and some serious distractions that have kind of kept me away from things, but nonetheless, we're here, we're at it, and so on. Now, I did hear something that, yeah, right here. Apparently, let's see. Dear TFC, we hope you enjoy this cup of English breakfast tea from Biffa and his stream. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That's a very cool thought. Thank you. To Biffa and his stream. All right, that's great. All right, now, a progress report. I finally did, although off camera, managed to figure out how to get the Ender Quarry going and get its upgrades properly attached and so on. Apparently you have to attach them in such a way that the arrow on the upgrade faces the quarry. Who'da thunk? Yeah. I know, it sounds incredibly obvious now, but it wasn't back then. But then again, I was recovering from not feeling good, being sick, and my head wasn't entirely on straight. Anyway, I'm sure that most, if not all of you, have seen have been following Hermitcraft UHC and the adventures therein. And if you recall from episode 3, there was an interesting moment there. What the? Okay, it's interesting. I'm gone for a day or two and a UFO moves in. All right. Interesting. Very cool. All right. Anyway, back to UHC episode 3. There was a little bit of something that went on there from the point of view of Slipgator and Mumbo. There was a time in there. Now, I can't blame either of them for this because when you're recording an event like that, when you're doing something like that, there's a lot of pressure to remember everything that you need to do and do all the right things in the right orders and do them right and so on. And all the while you're looking out for other players and such like and whatnot and so on. You know, there's a lot of pressure in there to do everything just so and so on. So I can easily understand how it is that both of them would somehow manage at the same time to forget that birch trees do not drop apples. And they were both convinced, for a while at least, that they did. And they were punching away on those birch trees looking for apples, and I'm sitting there, oh man, this is priceless. It really was. But, you know, like I said, I can't fault either of them for that, because it is a pressure situation. Okay, now, given that, I still feel a moral obligation to give them a hard time for it. And so, here we are in front of Mr. Mumbo's place, and you may notice I've got a whole bunch of birch logs and oak leaves. Yeah. Going to build some birch apple trees. Yeah. I think that's just absolutely the perfect sentiment here. Just see to it that they are reminded about birch and apples. That makes sense, doesn't it? I think so. So these birch trees will drop apples. All right. That's sort of passable, I suppose. I've never been that good at building trees, but I think this will work. Yeah. There we go. 2 birch apple trees from Mr. Mumbo. Excellent. Alright, now we have signs here. Oops, you believe I just managed to bump the power button on my monitor? Okay. Heard you were looking for birch apple trees. There we go. Perfect. Now let's head over here and use Slipgator's portal and head out to his area. Ah, I hate getting caught in water. So slow. Alrighty, I do believe, yeah. Perfect. Totally perfect. Let's see, that's the Botania setup. And let's see, where is, there we go. Oh, this is perfect. Right here, at the end of his walkway here, on either side. Yeah. This is going to be good. Perfect. Okay. And let's see, now let's be symmetrical about this. Let's see, that's 1 block the size of that. So we go here. Perfect. Okay, finish this out. And put the topper on it. There we go. All right. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, and now of course we need a sign here. Same message. There we go. There you go. Birch apple trees for Slipgator and Mumbo. Absolutely. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure to tell them to be looking for something when they log in. Okay, I'm back at my base, and I wanted to show this. You notice the way everything's flashing. All these barrels are flashing, except when I turn this way. But I turn this way and look at these barrels. And you notice my hotbar is all flashing. Everything that isn't, well, almost everything on it. It's flashing like crazy. And I have no idea why it's doing this. I've even uninstalled Optifine, and it's made no difference. I have reinstalled the pack a couple of times, and it has made no difference. If anybody has a clue as to why this is happening, I would appreciate knowing that, and more importantly, how to stop it from happening. I think the biggest clue is going to be to get rid of the rest of these barrels, and after this quarry run, I will be able to do that. But in the meantime, what in the actual F is going on with this? I mean, seriously, that is so annoying, and frankly, it gets kind of dizzyfying and sickening to look at after a while. So, all right. And I have to say that as I'm recording, I have to apologize for this being a really short episode because I have some things to deal with that came up kind of, well, I wasn't quite expecting this soon, so I need to take care of that, and that's going to cut my recording time for the rest of the day. So, thanks for watching, everybody, and let me know if you know what's going on with these barrels. I would certainly appreciate it. And next time, let's see if we can get some actual stuff done. I'm tired of piddly farting around with this little bitty stuff and taking forever to get something done. So let's see if we can do something significant next time. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out.